Now I told you guys, about intimacy and what the lack of the lack of intimacy does to a man. Okay, this guy probably never had, a girlfriend, or he definitely haven't had a wife before. He hasn't had any type of intimacy in his life, bruh. And when you're not having intimacy on a regular basis, right? If you're not having sex, or if you're not, intimate with a female on a regular basis, you get a guy like him, man. Frank James. You see what I'm saying? The guy needed intimacy, bruh. This guy, he needed intimacy. If he would have had intimacy in his life, bruh, he wouldn't have been out there shooting up stuff, bruh. You see what I'm saying? He wouldn't have been out there, raging war against the public. You know. So, and I told you guys about what it does to a man to not have intimacy. Now, if you're a guy that's going after his perfect purpose, and you just taking a break away from relationships and sex and stuff like that to get your bread together, that's different. But this guy, he probably was without a female for years. And you could tell this guy was an incel, you know, because only incels go around doing shit like that, bro. Come on. How many Chads or Tyrones or even normies go out there shooting up the place? Okay? How many? It's not that many. You see what I'm saying? So this guy, Frank James, this is a hot topic. And, this is what I've been talking about. He's a prime example of what I've been talking about on how a lack of, a lack of fucking intimacy just brings the worst out of men completely. You see what I'm saying? When you're not getting intimacy on a regular basis, you turn into a guy like him. Okay? Now, guys like him, you know, that's not very good looking. The guy's old. You know what I'm saying? He probably get ignored everywhere he go. And I'm pretty sure he get treated badly, or he was getting treated badly by women, man. You see what I'm saying? So all of that shit was building up inside of this guy, man. And it does. It builds up inside of you when you're not getting intimacy on a regular basis. You're not getting what they call, you know, my God, sorry. You're not getting intimacy on a regular basis. You're not getting women on a regular basis. Okay. You're not getting validation from women. You're just basically blackballed out of the dating scene. Okay. There's a lot of men out here that are blackballed, you know, where they can't even get a date. They get online, they try to fucking get like some responses, and they can't even get a response. Like me, Kelcat, man, I get responses. No doubt. No doubt. But there's a lot of guys out there, bro, that don't get any responses, and they just feeling like, God damn, why the fuck am I just living? But you gotta understand something, bro. If you are a guy that's sub 5, you can't get away with, whatever Chad or Tyrone or even normies get away with. You have to fucking make yourself a success in life. Sub 5 men have to have a lot of money to make up for their looks. You know what I'm saying? But for this guy, it was already too late. The guy was in his 60s. His life has went by, and I'm pretty sure, going to jail is not gonna make a difference. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna spend the rest of his days in jail, but his life is pretty much over anyway. A guy that's 60 years old and he doesn't have his bread together, his life is pretty much a finished deal. You see what I'm saying? You get to be 60 and you don't have no money, bruh, that's a disaster right there, man. See, at 60 something years old, you still need sex. You still need intimacy. It ain't like you're dead. You know what I'm saying? A man need intimacy until the day that he die. You know what I'm saying? He needs sex until the day that he die. Even dudes who are 70 years old, they still need sex, bro. You don't stop needing sex your whole entire life. And you don't stop wanting or needing intimacy your whole entire life. You want it your whole entire life. But when you get too old and you don't have resources, man, you know, you got nobody but to blame. You know, I just feel like this guy, he just took out his frustration, all of his failures, in life. He took it out on the public. You see what I'm saying? And they said he was a loner his whole entire life. Yeah, I can understand why, because he's sub 5. Sub 5 men, they can't make friends. Okay? Sub 5 men can't make friends. Nobody wants to be around sub 5 men because sub 5 men do not bring in women. When I was younger and I was better looking than I am now, you know, I had friends. I mean, I was always going out with friends, 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 friends. I was very social. Okay, that's because when I was in my 20s, I was a bad motherfucker, bruh. Them females was always hitting on me. Okay, you know, I I had women coming at me all day long from ages, from 20 to like 30 or some shit like that. I had females just always hitting on me. And I had a lot of sex in my 20s. I was beating up pussy left and right, man, cuz nigga was a fucking mini Tyrone or a Tyrone light or whatever you want to call it, man. But I always had friends though. But a guy that is sub 5, man, he ain't gonna have no friends, man. If you can't bring in no putty, bruh, you're just gonna slow stuff down. Like if I took a sub 5 guy out to like a bar or a club or something like that, bruh, and we meet two women, bruh, you know, we're not gonna we're not gonna be able to get that them women, bruh. I used to hang out with other good looking dudes, you know what I'm saying? No homo, but I used to hang out with other good looking dudes and we used to pull bitches together. You see what I'm saying? We used to pull bitches together, you know, going to bars and clubs and bringing them back to the hotel and smashing in the same room. Okay, I done did that plenty of fucking times. I can't count how many times I done took a bitch to the hotel and smashed. Okay, you know, I can't I can't count how many times I fucking just went through holes. Okay, like Drano. Okay, yeah, because I always travel with guys who can get women. You see what I'm saying? But when you can't travel with a guy that's sub 5 because he will slow it down, and women are not gonna want to talk to you. Okay, you're not gonna be able to pull no bitches with a guy that is you know sub 5. Okay, so I can understand why he didn't have any friends and why he was a loner. Okay, guys sub five. Nobody wants to be around sub five men. It's the crying truth, man. But that's the way it is. That's just the way it is, bro. You see what I'm saying? You know, but you know, being alone with not enough intimacy in your life, it can drive you crazy. Literally, I'm not just talking out of my neck, man. I know what I'm talking about. If you're not getting enough sex and not getting enough intimacy, you know what I'm saying? You know, if you're not getting enough of it, it can drive you nuts. It can drive you to insanity. And what I mean by insanity, you can lose your mind, you know. And a lot of guys, they don't understand that part. You know what I'm saying? When you got the internet, you got all these social media outlets and stuff like that. That's driving dudes into insanity because they're not getting enough sex because of social media. You know what I'm saying? Because of social media, a lot of guys are being pushed out of the dating market here in America. Okay. That's why I say, man, get ready for your old age. You don't want to end up like Frank James. Okay. You don't want to end up like this guy, bruh. I'm telling you. That's a guy who don't have enough intimacy in his life. He becomes a one dangerous motherfucker. I told you guys this. Remember, I made a video about this a while back. I said that a motherfucker who don't have enough intimacy in his life, he become one dangerous motherfucker. Remember that one guy that was talking to these females and he got rejected by them and he started shooting all over the place because he got rejected. Okay, that's what I'm fucking talking about, bro. It brings the violence out of men, bro, when they can't pass on their genetic codes. You see what I'm saying? It brings the violence out of men. It makes motherfuckers violent. Now, is it right? Nah, I'm not saying that it's right. But this is what happens when dudes are not getting enough sex or intimacy or even like validation. Like the only thing that keeps me like sane nowadays, even though I'm not sexually active because I'm on my purpose, the only thing that keeps me sane is the validation I get from females. I get okay, validation. Okay, I'm still, desirable. Okay, yeah, I'm good. You know what I'm saying? That's what keeps me sane, you know. But this guy, I could tell this guy was not getting any validation from females at all. He basically was invisible. You see, as you get older and older without resources, the more invisible you become to females. No lie, bruh. No lie. Here in the States, anyway. You know, here in the States, you are invisible. You go outside of the States, okay, it don't matter what you look like, outside the States, you will get some tail. You'll get some action. Why is it only in the U.S. where these motherfuckers do the mass shooting, okay? And how come it's not happening in Thailand where motherfuckers are going around shooting up stuff? Okay, how come it's not happening much in Brazil? How come it's not happening in Colombia where dudes are doing mass shootings and shit? Okay, because these countries have plenty of women, bro. Plenty and plenty of women for all the men. America don't have enough women to go around nowadays, bro. Not for every single man out here. They said that the U.S. you know the women outnumber the men, but it looks like to me that we don't outnumber them very much, or they don't outnumber us by a whole lot. Okay, So I told you this before, but it can make a motherfucker violent. I said this before in videos a while back. Nobody was listening to me. I mean, you guys was listening to me, but nobody was saying anything. Before this guy even went out and started shooting, I was already talking about something like that in my previous video. I told you this. Remember, go back to my old videos where where I was talking about how men become more violent and angry when they're not getting enough pussy in their life, when they're not getting enough intimacy. You know what I'm saying? Go back to my past videos, bruh. You know, go back to my past videos. I was talking about that shit, bruh. I was talking about it, and then it happened again. I told you it brings the violence out of motherfuckers, bruh. You know what I'm saying? The guy was fat, overweight. Of course, he was a big dude, but the guy had a sub 5 face, man. You see what I'm saying? He feel like his life is over. And then when you feel like that your life is over, bro, you become one dangerous motherfucker. When I say by like your life is over, your dating life is over. When you feel like that it is over, you become one dangerous, crazy, insane motherfucker, bro. I'm telling you. Pussy calms the beast, bro. Okay? Pussy calms the beast. If I was living in a house with two women, bro, I'd be the most happiest dude on planet Earth. I'd be the most calmest dude on planet Earth. I wouldn't be going out trying to shoot nobody. I'd be trying to fuck all day. You see what I'm saying? I'd be in some pussy. I'd be in some guts. And I'll feel a lot better afterwards. But you got to understand, sub 5 men, and some normies too, that, bruh, nowadays you have to reach a level of success in order to get the intimacy that you want nowadays. You do. Remember, I was saying that you need $500,000 to retire in another country. Remember, I was saying that? Well, you're going to have to self improve to the point where you can get that $500,000 to retire in another country. You're going to have to self improve a certain way, so somehow, okay? Because it's not going to work if you sitting here and you just saying that it's over and nah, yeah, it's over and it's over here in America, okay? But overseas, it's not over. You could get the most beautiful women in the world in Thailand. Thailand, Thailand got some of the most beautiful women, and they're all walking around single, looking for a man, looking for a foreigner. Okay, you need to be over there. You see, Frank James, he didn't know nothing about being overseas, bro. All he knew was America. You see what I'm saying? That's all he knew. That's all he knew was America, 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 America. He didn't know nothing about no Thailand or Colombia. Why you think a lot of sub 5 dudes are moving out there, bruh? Because they can't get no pussy in the States, bruh. And why stay in a country that's rigged against you, okay? You know, you got a lot of motherfuckers, they shame me to, oh, you can't get no pussy in America, so you're going overseas to take advantage of these poor girls, okay? So fuck what? It's my fucking prerogative. It's my business. If I can't get no pussy here in America, I mean, I could get pussy in America, but there's some guys out there that can't get pussy in America, so they have to pack their bags and move to another country. They're only doing what their body is telling them to do. Your body is built to procreate. Your body is built to have intimacy. It's not built to be by yourself. That's you can drive yourself to insanity. You can go insane for real. I ain't talking about just literally. I'm talking about for real, for real, for real, to the point of insanity. Because your body is not built to be by yourself. You have a dick, okay? It's supposed to go into something. You see what I'm saying? It's supposed to go into some pussy. You supposed That's like a plug, bruh. And the females, they got the outlet. We go together. Your dick's supposed to go into some pussy every now and then. It's not supposed to be dry unless you own your purpose and you ain't fucking with no females for a while. That's different. But bruh, eventually you gotta come out of monk mode and, you know, do what you have to do to win. You see what I'm saying? Do what you gotta do to get you some fucking some intimacy, bruh. You know, and the more, let's put it this way, um, the lesser you are in looks, the more money you have to have in your pocket. Okay, I'm gonna say it again. The lesser you are in looks, the more money, the more resources you have to have. Because sub-5 men cannot get away with being broke. You can't be getting away with being old and broke. You can't get away with being broke, period. You see what I'm saying? Sub-5 men have to have some type of success. All them sub-5 actors out there, bruh, they knew that they had to, break into the industry. You know what I'm saying? All these sub-5 singers, you know, Cisco. I keep telling you guys about him because, I be singing some of these Drew Hill songs and stuff. When I get drunk, I start singing and shit, right? You know, and I'm singing Drew Hill songs. And I sometimes I look at the videos and stuff, you know what I'm saying? And I'm seeing like Cisco being so goddamn small. And I look at him like, oh, okay, yeah, see, he has to fucking make himself a success. He had to. There was no other way around it. He had to get out there and sing to them females, okay? He had to go out there and sing to them females. He had to do that, bro. Or he wasn't gonna get no pussy. The guy's 5'5", man. Come on. Cisco's like 5'5". And then you had some of the guys that were with him, the big fat guy named Jazz. Okay, this guy's overweight. Okay, yeah, he had to get out there and make himself a successful singer, or he wasn't gonna get much pussy. And there was a few other guys that was on there. One pretty boy, Nokio, and then you had, some other guy named Woody. Okay, we don't know what that motherfucker looked like. He always had shades on. It's been a couple of times where he took his shades off, but you could tell this guy's basically a normie or some shit like that. He's a 5 in looks, but he had to get out there and make himself a success, or he wasn't gonna get no pussy. This society is about you. This society is about you crossing that finish line. Okay, society is. If you're not crossing that finish line, bruh, you get no fucking recognition. You get no pussy. You get no intimacy. Now, for this guy, James or whatever his name is, Frank James. Okay, this guy probably catted off his whole entire fucking life. He didn't put no money away. He didn't like invest in nothing. He didn't try to make himself a success. So he went through his whole entire life just being by himself. You see what I'm saying? This guy Frank James, he didn't know that the odds are stacked against you. If you are sub-5, yes, your odds are stacked against you. You get no intimacy until you cross that finish line. Sub-5 men have to have money to make up for their lack of looks. Okay, Normally, you gotta have money nowadays too. Okay, we gotta have, but not as much money as the sub five guys. Sub five guys, they gotta have more money. Matter of fact, sub five guys gotta be millionaires. I'm sorry to say, for you to get intimacy here in the U.S. Now you gotta be thousandaires over in other countries. Okay, but here in the U.S., you gotta be millionaires. Just the bar is raised higher for sub five men here in the states. Okay, so if you sub five and you broke, this is the reason why you're not getting intimacy, man. I'm just saying, don't shoot the messenger, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, you know. So I told you, like I said, man, I told you that not having intimacy in your life can drive you insane, and it drove him insane, bro. You think that, like I said, man, you think that if he would have had some pussy at home waiting for him every single goddamn night, you think he'd be out there shooting up the place? A lot of these guys are loners. These sub five incel dudes that go around shooting up places, these guys are loners. They don't have any friends. They don't have this. They don't have that. You know, and they imagine year after year just not getting any intimacy from females, and you got to go to hookers or whatever. I'm talking about sub five men. You got to go to hookers. You got to do this and do that because no female wants you. You see what I'm saying? You a sub five guy and you can't get nothing. You going year after year throughout your whole entire life. No girlfriend, no this, no that, no fling, no sex unless you go to a hooker. You know, imagine how it will build up on the inside. Like how imagine how angry you would be like throughout the years. You would be so fucking bitter toward females. You see what I'm saying? You would be angry. You'd be angry toward females because you're not getting the the intimacy that your body naturally craves. Okay, your body craves intimacy. It needs intimacy. You see what I'm saying? So Frank James, guy, wasn't getting enough intimacy in his life. Matter of fact, he probably wasn't getting any intimacy. You see what I'm saying? You know, he wasn't getting any intimacy, bro. So if you a sub five guy, man, and you ain't got no money, bro, yeah, you're gonna be alone. You're gonna be by yourself. You see what I'm saying? So sub five men, if you're not getting your money on, you're gonna end up like this guy, Frank James. Okay, gotta get yourself together financially, man. You know, so understand that you know if you're a guy and you're going years without intimacy, that is not healthy. Look, remember I was telling you. Remember I was telling you before this shooting, right? I was telling you how it's not healthy to go a long time without intimacy. Now, if you're getting your shit together, you take a couple of years off from, chasing females and shit like that. That's different. That's only a couple of years. You know what I'm saying? But when we going year after year, year after year, year after year, year after year, no pussy, no special someone, no nothing. You see what I'm saying? It just it just builds up, and then before you know it, you erupt. Okay, it, throughout the years, it just keeps building up. Frustration, bitterness, loneliness, anger. Okay, that keeps building up throughout the years. It does. You see what I'm saying? You know, so motherfuckers who are not getting intimacy on a regular basis, these guys are dangerous. I told you this a while back. Remember my last video and my previous videos when I was talking about where dudes become really dangerous? Go back to my last video, bro. Not my last video, but my previous videos in the past when I was talking about how dangerous these men are when they're not getting intimacy on a regular basis. What about that guy? Know, you know, what's his name? I forgot his name. Brian something, and he was basically an incel. He had a negative cancer tilt, around his eye area. Okay, he had a bald head. And he was with that Stacy chick, right? And she she basically probably like threatened to leave him, and he killed her, and he killed himself. Remember that shit? Remember I was telling you about that? He knew that if she left him, he would go back to incel land, and he wasn't gonna go back to incel land, bro. You see what I'm saying? He lucked up and got a Stacy, or she's like a Stacy light or something like that. Basically, the bra was like a 7, and he was a 4 in looks. Okay, and she treated him like garbage. You know what I'm saying? You know, she treated him like garbage. Brian, I forgot his name, something. You know, and she used to beat on him and shit like that, and punch on him and shit. You know, and it wasn't until she threatened to leave him. That's when he killed her, and then he killed himself. I told you, it just drives you insane, bro. Some dudes can't live without it. Now, if you're a guy that's single for like 6 years or whatever, you know, if then that's you. You see what I'm saying? But there's some men out there that, you know, it just drives them nuts to be single without intimacy. Okay, that's why I say, man, before you start going around killing people, go to like a hooker, please. Don't go around shooting up motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? You know, take your frustration out on hookers. Go to hookers. That's what they're there for. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, that's his name, Brian Laundry, or whatever it is, Laundrell, or whatever. You see what I'm saying? These guys become very, very dangerous. Okay, he knew that he was going Brian Laundry or whatever his name is. He knew that he was gonna go back to incel land if that girl had left him, and he wasn't gonna go back. He was like, "Fuck it, I don't want to live anymore. She's the best that I could do." And that's true, man. That's the she was above him in looks by at least 3 points. He was a 4, she was a 7, bro. That's a lot. That's a huge gap. You see what I'm saying? So these men who don't get intimacy on a regular basis, they become very dangerous. They really do. And time again, you know, time has shown that certain men can't live without intimacy. And they're gonna do violent shit, bro. Even fighting in clubs. You know what I'm saying? You know. Yeah, of course they're gonna support them. You know. Let me tell you, bro. I'm gonna be honest. Before I get out of here, bro, I'm gonna be honest about something. You know, incel men, they don't get treated good by women at all. Men who are sub 5, they don't get treated good by women. Women treat them horribly, and it builds up throughout the years. I'm telling you. I remember when I was overweight, I was very, very bitter. I was angry, man. I was angry, bro, because I was overweight, but I was getting treated badly by women, bro. We talking about women just shutting down like computers. Women wouldn't give me their phone number. I was going around looking for ugly women, fat women. I couldn't get nothing, and it was making me more bitter as time went by. But once I lost the weight and I started getting more attention from females, that's when the bitterness had went away. I'm telling you, it affects your life. You know what I'm saying? It affects your life, bruh. The lack of intimacy, it affects your mood. It affects your it don't really affect your health, but I'm telling you, your mental health, it affects that. You see what I'm saying? It affects your whole entire well-being. That's why there's a lot of doctors out there that will tell you intimacy on a regular basis. You have to have intimacy on a regular basis. It keeps you sane. It keeps you calm. It keeps you happy, well wounded. Like I said, if this guy was even if he was married, he wouldn't have been out there shooting up the place. I never heard anybody that was married or had a girlfriend that was shooting up the place. I think I heard of one story of one guy who had a girlfriend that went out and shot up the place, but that was very rare. Usually it's a guy who doesn't have any intimacy in his life, who doesn't have a girlfriend or a wife. Normally it's one of those weird guys, awkward guys, incel guys. You see what I'm saying? You know. Well, anyway, man, I gotta end the video. I don't want to keep it going for too long. But listen to my whole videos when I was saying about, you know, incel men who don't have intimacy in their life, they become very, very dangerous. I said this before, man. I'm telling you. But you guys have a good night, man. Peace out, take care, and bless.